Hey team, in this video I'm going to go through and create another box. This one is going to have rebate joints on it. It's going to have the same dimensions as the miter joints video, but with rebate joints. So let's go through and do that. So just as before, I'm going to go ahead and create the components for this box. So in the new component box here, I'll go and label them. So long side first, making sure that I don't have activate ticked. I'll do another one. This one will be the short side, because my box is going to be rectangular. I'm going to make the top of the box, and I'm going to make the base as well. So that's the four components that I'm going to be creating. I'm going to start with my long side, so I'm going to activate that component, click Create Sketch. I'm going to create a sketch on this base plane here. I'll start by creating the first line, which is going to be a 300mm long line. I'm just going to click once with my mouse, I'll zoom out and zoom back in here, to finish that 300mm line after I've typed in the dimension. And now I'm going to go straight up, type in 6, click again. I'll go to the left, type in 12. So I'm going to create this with rebate joints for 12mm material. And you notice every time after my dimension, I'm just clicking once in order to finish that particular line. Now I'm not going to go all the way over here because I can't remember exactly where this one should finish because I haven't thought about what the difference in fact I could do it with a calculator here. So if we go 300, put in brackets, 300 minus 24, we'll get the length we need. There we go. So 276 that was. I'm going to go down this way by 6 and click. Then to the left by 12 and click, then I'll join back up to where I started. So there's my long side, the basic shape of it. I'm going to add one more line, which is going to go straight down the middle here. Okay, and that's going to be where the rebate for the base of the box is going to get created. So there's the basic sketch. In order to go straight to extrude, I'm just going to hit E on my keyboard. I'll change to my home view so I can see what's happening. And I'm going to start with extruding both of those up to the full height of the side, which is 140mm. And I'll press OK. Next, I'm going to flip to looking at the underside of it. Come over here to my component and click on that little arrow there next to the component's name and then the one next to sketches. And I'm going to activate the sketch. And finally, I'm going to extrude up this inner section by 3mm just to remove a little bit for the rebate for the base, and then I'll turn that sketch off again. So there we go, there's my long side of my box. I'm going to do a very similar thing for the short side now. Short side's a little bit easier though, so activate the short side, new sketch again, looking top down on that particular view, and I'm just going to create a rectangle for this, and try and do it from somewhere here. There we go. And in this case, it's going to be a bit shorter than 150mm. 150mm is my full width of my full depth of my box. So in this long side dimension, I'm going to change from 150. I'm going to take 12 off of that, so that's going to be 138, I think. Yeah, that works. And then the thickness of this is going to be 12 that way. So it's just a rectangle, very straightforward, and then I'm going to add a line down the middle of my rectangle again for that rebate along the bottom. I'm going to tick Finish Sketch and go to the Home View and then extrude that out. And I'm going to do both of them up to the 140. Press OK, and then like I did before, look at the underside of that component, activate the sketch, and extrude that inner part up by 3, and that'll allow me to cut that away. So now I've got the two sides, the long side and the short side for this box. Last thing I need to do is create the top and the base. The top, again, sketch top down. This one will be a rectangle. Very straightforwardly, it's going to be the length and the width of the box. So 300 and then I hit tab and then I'll type 150 for the other. So that's the top of my box. Finish my sketch and extrude that up by 3. So there's the top. I'm going to do something very similar again for the base. New sketch, still on that base plane, I'm going to do it out to the left here with a rectangle, and this time this one's going to be the length and the width minus the thickness of one side. So 300 minus 12 for that way, and 150 minus 12 for the other way. Alright, and that will be the size of the base. Then I can extrude that one again by 3. And you'll notice every time I've gone to work on a different component, I've ticked the activate component circle there to make sure that I'm only working within that component. Finally, I'm going to tick the whole model here, and I'm now ready to copy components and assemble everything together. So first thing I'll do is I'm just going to move what is the base here up and out of the way, sorry, the lid up and out of the way, or the top I should say, not the lid. And now I need to make copies of the long and short sides. So I'll click on the long side there, right click, copy, and then I'll click anywhere out here. It's really important that I've activated the whole model when I do this. And then I'll click paste new, drag that one out, and I'll swivel it around. That way it's facing the correct direction. And then I'll do the same for the short side. So right clicking, copy, click anywhere, right clicking, paste new. Drag that one out and flip it around. And press OK. So now I've got the 4 sides, the top and the base. Now to assemble it all together, I'll use the joint tool. I'm going to start by jointing this end onto the side. So I'm going to click halfway on that vertice, halfway on this vertice, and I'll click OK. I'll do the same over here. Oh, need to try that again, got it in the wrong spot. Make sure I get it right on the center there. There we go, that's the 2 sides assembled. The ends, sorry, to one of the sides. Now I'll join in the opposite one. There we go. And then finally I just need to attach the top onto the rest of it. So I'm going to select again from the center. I'm going to just select the center of this front edge here, and then it will snap to that on the rest of it. There we go, so the top is on, and now just the base to go. This is all working quite well. It hasn't taken me long to do this because I know my sizes and I know the joinery method that I intend to use. Join that one in. There we go. So there's the basic box. Now all I need to do now, if I'm going to have a hinging lid, is I need to separate away some of this box and the top of it. To do that, I'm going to use an offset plane. So I'm going to use an offset plane and this tool over here called split body. So I'm going to make an offset plane that goes 20 millimeters down from the top of the box. And then using this tool, split body, I can select all the sides of the box. Well, let me get that last one, maybe. Doesn't want to let me have to swivel around. It's okay, there we go. So I can select all of those, and then my splitting tool is going to be that plane that I just created, and I can press OK. And lastly, I can come over here to construction, just turn that plane off, and there we go. There is the box with its rebate joints. It now has a lid that's separated away from the base. Rebate joints everywhere, the lid on top, and the base in its own rebate on the bottom. And that's it. Very straightforward. Okay, now I've created my box. Again, the key things here that are going to make this easier for you is knowing the dimensions that you intend to use for the box and the overall construction as far as the joints and the shape and how the lid is going to work, for example. Okay, thanks for watching.